love. Welcome home to Eden. This is Eve Christoph, your Love Life coach. Love Life with Eve is a show that's all about love in life. And the first thing I want to talk about today is how Black Lives Mattering begins with art. It begins with the stories we tell, the movies we watch, the music we listen to, and the messages hidden subliminally or very obvious within them. Because the 5 arts, theater, painting, writing, dance, visual art, they are what actually shape society. It's the arts. It's how they move us. Our deeper body, our fully dimensional souls are moved by the arts. And that's why advertising is so much incorporating song and dance and all this. So let's get specific about this, okay? Because if you are a writer, if you are a creator of any kind, you need to understand how Black lives are not showing how they matter in the way white society is making their movies and books and stories and songs. So here's an example, okay? Let's just get really specific. Let's break it down a little bit, okay? Because you're going to be a great writer and you're going to help the world and you're going to uplift everybody and you're not going to contribute to what has been so destructive. All right, here we go. So I go to, first of all, I'm watching the movie Sing Street, which is an adorable movie. It's so wonderful. The music, the dancing, the story. But is it racist? Yes. Is the racist subliminally in there without being obvious? Yes. So let's look at exactly how. There is one Black character in the whole movie. That character is given one line, but he shows up throughout the whole movie as if he's a person. He's one of the band members. And when he's given his second line is, hey, I don't want to play that song no matter what. And the other 2 characters go, we don't care, we're going to play it anyway. So he's disregarded. His feelings, they don't interact with him about their decision to go on without him, but he is a band member who they rely upon, and they act as if his input means nothing, and that his character, who he is, what he's about, is of no interest to the story. Now, of course, the movie would have been 1,000 times better if that character had been rounded out as well. So, let's look at Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy, another movie. This is so fun. Oh my God, what a cool movie. But is it fucking racist the whole time? Yes, majorly so. Is it actually hating the feminine? Yes, it hates women. But do you adore the movie? Yes, you adore it. It's so cute. What's going on here? All right, let's just look at it. Let's break it down. Once again, you're a producer, you're a writer. You are going to show that Black lives matter, that brown lives matter, and that women's lives matter. And how are you going to do it? You're going to do it like this, okay? First of all, let's look at what they did that did the opposite. They have a storyline in which killing is the answer. Through the whole movie, we watch maybe 1,000 deaths and tortures. But why is the movie so enjoyable? It's because there are these characters that love each other, that are very personal, very specific, very funny, and very human. And these characters are, we see their foibles and their neuroses. And that is what the entire movie hinges upon. It actually hinges upon the feminine. And supposedly there's all these different races from all different galaxies in the movie, except for the fact there really is no African American character, except for perhaps the green woman is an African American. You can't tell her nationality, but she's also not given lines. Whatever lines she has, which are a few, they have no power. Nobody listens to her when she speaks. Nobody affirms her. Nobody thanks her. Nobody lauds her, even though she's a major superhero in the story. Second woman character looks Asian. And what do? They insult her as a punchline to jokes. 3 different times they completely insult her, and it's supposed to be funny. And actually the audience that I was in laughed. They laughed unconsciously because you're made to laugh. But it's sad that it's because she's Asian that they can get away with so many such disrespect. So and then you have in the movie that the beautiful utopia of gorgeous magical creation and so heavenly is intrinsically in the end evil, and there are no woman god characters. There is a male one. There are no times when the women have the true deep answers that matter. Only men are given those lines in the movie. You get what I'm talking about? They didn't have to make those choices. The writers and producers could have made the opposite choices and the movie would have been much, much better. What if nature was the answer and it was not evil? What if there was some other paradox of the metallicness that was everybody was seduced by, like the computers, that turns out to be evil? How about that? But it's that thing about being used to putting down the feminine, putting down anybody dark-skinned, putting down anybody who looks different than Americans. This is an American phenomena. I don't know if it's over in Europe. I don't know if white people over there are as bad as the people here. But we just have to be artistically aware. We have to wake up and get consciousness into our creations, okay? So I don't blame you for laughing at that movie or enjoying both those movies. I know I did, but I felt sick to my stomach when I realized that African American character or African Irish character in the Sing Street movie was treated like a non-human. Black Lives Matter starts with it mattering in your story that you write, that you tell. And if you have characters in a scene, let the white character be impacted by their African American character across from them. Let them feel, let them give to that character instead of being a freaking narcissist on screen. Over and over again, you have the African American character with nobody responding, nobody really loving them back, and actually seen stealing by taking all the energy from the African character and not giving back on stage. Okay? Not making them as important, not giving them central lighting, not put them in the middle with the center light on them. Let's just make it simple. Break it down. You're going to share the spotlight. We are going to share. We're not going to be jealous, creepy people who are constantly threatened by anybody different than us and want to take, and use them to look cool so they're in the scene and we don't treat them with humanity. No, we're done with it, okay? But we have to face it head on right now. We have to just quit acting like it's not happening. Because this whole way the election broke down showed that all of this undercurrent has been going on that we haven't faced in the moment. So the moment it happens next to you. I was with somebody I was working for this week, and they said this incredibly racist thing. And you know what? I work for that person. I could have lost my job, but you know what I said to them? I said, that was so deeply racist. That's not okay with me. You can never speak that way again in my presence. And it was an elder who I should have respect for, who got a little ornery and uncomfortable. Good. And I said to him, when you lived in the city in your lifetime, were you that racist? When you were surrounded by every ethnicity? He said, of course I was. Everyone was. And I said, well, that's an illness. You have a terrible illness that needs healing. And he got silent. He said, you just don't understand. I said, oh, yes, I do. I grew up in Oakland, California. I understand the whole darn thing. And there's no excuse for any of it on either side, either party. We're just humans, and we have our differences. And there's no rightness about categorizing somebody. And this is somebody who's Jewish, who went through the Holocaust. So how dare he sit there and think it's okay to do that to anybody? So it's not, right? I said it, I said my piece, and I thought, well, what am I going to do? And am I going to sit here being negative and judgmental of him the whole rest of the ride and lose my job? And I thought, no, we are all in this together. We have all pieces, all of us have some piece of it on both sides that we're holding in place that's about to dissolve. It's about to completely be gone. There won't be any racism anymore. So I let it go, and I said, okay, now I'm just going to relate with him as the human he is, and if something like that comes up again, I'm going to say it in the moment. Don't let it pass, not even for 1 second. Don't let the person think they're cool for being that way, not in your presence. And imagine the world that is happening very soon because it's turning browner and browner. All the races are making love to each other, and pretty soon you won't be able to tell the difference between any race. Which, okay, that's a little sad because we love all the different races. They're so fascinating, the differences. And just remember, the similarities are way more than the differences. No matter how culturally different we are, we all love, we all get sad, we all need food and shelter, we all love our children, we all want to grow, we all want to expand our consciousness and find a way to give more to this world. Black Lives Matter starts in your art. Brown Lives Matter starts in your art. Feminine Lives Matter start in your art. And by art, I mean, even when you're looking at art, whether or not you're painting the painting, how are you regarding the painting, and what are you saying about the painting? When you're listening to the music, do you put up with that kind of misogynistic hatred, or do you say to your teenage daughter, like I just had to say, hey, rap is awesome when it's empowering those singing it, but when it is destroying your psyche as a girl, take that music off, and it is not allowed in this house. So there you go. Where do you stand? Where do you stand? Okay, much love, darling. Say it, and say it like it is. Okay, love life. Subscribe to this channel, okay? And love the black life in you. Your black life matters. You are black inside. We are one color on the outside, another color on the inside, another color in our rainbow spirit. But the deep depths of the black Madonna, the night sky of all those golden stars shining through her veil, she's who you came from. Her womb birthed you. If you get in touch with that, all racism disappears. Okay, much love.